Wait a minute. Hey, is this thing on, man? Hello? Is anybody there? Hey, listen, guys. Hezokuai, man. That guy, I'll tell you what, he's something else. He's still asleep. So I'm taking over, man. This is my show tonight. Let me tell you something, man. This guy, he's been sick for like 2 weeks now. And I'm loving every second of it. Yeah, the more pain he feels, the better I am. Anyway, I've been checking out some of his videos, man, and looking at like stuff that's going on in YouTube. Oh, baby, I'm telling you, this is amazing, man. First of all, I don't know if you guys saw it, but Eric Martin's back. It's about time that guy told those judges what's happening. It's his job to tell them what's up. Oh, and the other one was there was a video with this guy, Daniel Warmouth or something. You know, the dude that was January 6th protester and all that. He was following the cops around and doxing the cops and all that good stuff. Yeah, man, that's what I call heroism right there, man. Giving a cop a hard time, yeah. Ain't nothing better than that, man. And, oh, wait a minute. Oh, crap. What? Oh, no.
I can't believe that little turd bomber let me sleep. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. I'm telling you, I'm having a hard time, man. It's right, and I don't know. I'm gonna find out. I found out last night. I guess the other kids who aren't here. This is the thing. It's okay. So, like, I started feeling like sick a few weeks ago, but because of my job and the fact that I'm working outside and everything, I figured that was all part of it, and, I'll be fine. And like, you get sick, you get sick. It happens. It's part of life. What are you going to do? You take some NyQuil and you go to bed, drink some tea, and that's it. So that's what I've been doing, and I have been, in and out. Yesterday, the worst day was probably last week, Tuesday, New Year's Eve. Like, I couldn't wait to get out of work. I felt like I was going to die. And then that whole day after that, I just laid in bed. New Year's Day this year, I literally just didn't get out of bed. I didn't do anything. And then it turned out that the mini Hez was sick, and his brother's sick, and his sister's sick. But now I just found out last night that their mom tested positive for COVID. So now we're thinking maybe the illness that they have over there, and that I don't know if it's the same. It's a nightmare. But right now, I would say, like the way I felt when I was at the peak of crappy, I'm 1,000 times better than that. But that's how bad that was. That was like 500,000 times less than normal. Right now, I'm not feeling great. But yesterday during work, it was funny. I actually thought it was funny. But I know it's not funny. It's not good that this was happening to me at all. But when I was at work yesterday, there were like 3 separate occasions where I'd be talking to a customer, and in the middle of the conversation, I have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Like in my head, like obviously I never let the customer know that, but like in my head, I'm like, who is this person? Why are they talking to me? What's happening? Like I didn't know where I was at or what was going on. And I had to go by like the one time, the first time it happened that I specifically remember was because I had their receipt in my hand and I was handing it to them. So I completely had no idea where I was or what I was talking to this person about or why I was talking to them or what was going on. But I knew that the receipt at my job is printed by the computer automatically as soon as I finish certain things. So, like, I'm asking myself, well, did I do this? Did I do that? Did I do? Well, again, in my head, it's like, well, this piece of paper wouldn't exist if I didn't do those things because the receipt wouldn't print unless all that other stuff was already done. So I must have done it. So, oh man, but I'm all right. I'm all right. Yeah. I'm glad to see you guys here. You guys are the ones. Seriously, like I say this all the time. I just go, "Oh, you're the best fans in the world. I love you guys." But seriously, like every morning I wake up, and no matter how bad I feel or what's going on, as long as the days when I do the show, because there have been some days, as you know, where I was so weak I couldn't even, well, and of course the holidays, but like when I was so sick I couldn't even handle doing this. But you guys do cheer me up and make me feel better. Speaking of which, Paul Cohen was first. With yo, my peeps, you hood. Here's your happy dance, buddy. Here we go. All right, yes. The Lessonator is here, and he's taking fourth place, even though he's in second, just because he's being kind to the other three people, I guess. Highway Star, yeah. Oh man, B Barnes the second is in the house. What's up? Well. Look who woke up. Yeah, he was yelling at me this morning. Obviously he wasn't yelling at me literally. I'm being silly, but yeah, I was getting emails this morning like, oh, "Where are you?" I'm here. The Lessonator, what's up? Cliff Hickson, how's it going? By the way, just to make sure that like everyone understands and that you understand, P Barnes II, that P Barnes II is a great helper to the show, and that he makes so much possible behind the scenes and does so much, like more than you guys know. Round of applause for P Barnes II. Cliff Hickson, what's up? Let's see, Highway Star, P Barnes. Greg Jonick, what's up? Who else? Let's see. Greg Jonick, Highway Star. Cliff Hickson, Robert Custos. Yes. Highway Star, David E. Persons. Yeah, yesterday, I think I went to bed at like 7:30. I think Will's live started at 7. I was in there for a couple of minutes and then I went to bed. Yeah. What's a frauditor favorite clothes to wear? What is a frauditor's favorite clothes to wear? Gee, I don't know. What is a frauditor's favorite clothes? A lawsuit. I like it a lot. That's hilarious. Oh my goodness gracious me. I love it. Kings 2000. Good morning, all. That's everybody. That's Alias. Yes. Good morning. Welcome to the show. Let's see. Lexi Ann's in the house. What's up? All right, Cliff Hickson. Who else? LaDonna Rogers, what's up? Internet God's here. Hey, good to see you. LaDonna Rogers, and of course, Leland Squirrel's in the house. Yes. Ow. Oh man. Let's see. His is getting old. Yeah, you're telling me I'm gonna be. Roshin's in the house. What's up? I'm gonna be 52 on the 12th. Today's the 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, 11th. 5 days to my birthday. 52. Oh, I'm so old. And then all you people that are in your 60s are like, what are you talking about 52? You're just a baby yet. I know. But I feel the same way when I talk to people that are in their 30s and 40s, you know? Like, how old are you? 42? The hell out of here, you little baby. I ain't got time for that. But that's why we love teasing Will. What is he, like 20 something? 30 something? Like, he's young. Anyway, that's a whole nother story. Let's see. Leading the Squirrels, Paul Cohen, Pete Burns, LaDonna Rogers. Anyone else that I missed? Oh, who's this? Oh, it's Maddie. All right. Not that Maddie. Yes. Tiny, there she is. All right. Blackheart Knights in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Greg Jonick, Paul Cohen, Highway Star, Robert Custos, Paul Cohen. Anyone else that I missed? Blackheart. I think that gets me all caught up. All right, so yeah, ladies and gentlemen, like News Now Voodoo was saying earlier, ooh, man, so much happened yesterday. We got a new Eric Martin video. Holy crap, hammer sandwich sauce. That didn't take long. And then we got a new, it's a real short one, but it's a new one. And then we got a new we got Liberty Troll going off about the anti-frauditor law. I'm going to play, everybody's covered that. I'm going to play the NCR version because he was the first I heard of it, was through NCR. And then finally we're going to wrap it all up with this crap with Daniel Warmus getting pulled over after following the cop for following him. And then he doxes the cop. And in the end, Unclean Hands, what's up? And the thing that's great about the auditing Erie County getting pulled over thing is that in the end, he finally exposes, like, this is what he does, right? Like, he's a cop watcher. He's trying to expose the tyranny and the corruption within the police force. He exposes the fact that this cop bought a house and then doxes the address. Hey, what a victory for humanity. Now, see, that's the kind of hard-hitting journalism that I'm looking for, man. That's the kind of freedom fighting I'm looking for, is proving that this cop bought a house. Yeah. You weren't out there showing us that these police were buying houses. We would think they were all living on the street. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, you couldn't make up this stupid if you tried. This level of stupidity is beyond dumb. I want to talk about this. What is recommendations? I'm like legitimately looking. I'm going to buy a new cup because this one is so old. You can see the paint starting to chip off of it. I'm afraid that I'm going to be like swallowing paint every time I take a sip. So I need a new cup, and I need one. I like the ones that, like, you know, a portable coffee cup that I can bring to and from work with me, and that'll keep it hot for a long time. So any recommendations on any good coffee mug type, like portable coffee mug type things, you know, let me know. Because I know there's a lot of different brands and stuff. And, we'll see. Or I could just Google it. Anyway, keep that in mind. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to start. Let's see. Well, here, we'll start with the shortest one. We'll do the new Eric Martin video. Oh, man. And what I love is, you see this picture here. Present. Yeah, share screen. Hey, you know what? I'm still working at like 75%, let's say. Oh, come on. There it is. All right. Hey, Chef M80's in the house. I just saw you sneak in there. Good morning. What's up? Anyway, if you look at this, wait, let me get to let me bigify it. So you can see. All right. So you see Eric Martin is in this room completely alone. And I just liked the fact that in the comments to this video underneath well, the comments of course are underneath. In the comment section it said hey, he's the second smartest guy in the room. He's the only guy in the room. And he's the second smartest guy in the room. Oh, that's how dumb he is. All right. Yeti is top of the line, but they're expensive. Okay, cool. Thank you so much. Yeah, Yeti. Or Stanley is good, but they're both expensive. Yeah. But it's because it lasts. That's why it's expensive. Okay. Eric is never going to learn. Nope. So anyway, wait till you hear this judge go. Like, well, we've seen this judge before, so we know that he's used to these scumbags and knows how to talk to them. And oh yeah, he's gonna tear this dude a new bunghole. This is great. All right, man, check it out.
Oh, time out. Nope, not hearing it. Ms. Sobe, you're here on the Martin matter, correct?
Yes, Judge.
We'll have a conversation outside.
Okay, so everyone,
All right, today is the date and time set for a hearing in this matter with regard to a bond violation. This is case 242448SM. People versus Eric Martin. Everybody hear me?
yes, good morning, Judge. Donna Sub on behalf of the people, P87439.
Morning, Your Honor. James Gazicki on behalf of Mr. Martin, Your Honor. I have a motion to make.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, I'm making a motion to withdraw. I've had contact Mr. Martin before in other matters, and there's no attorney-client communication in this matter. We're talking about different things, and there's just no way of moving forward that I can adequately represent him, Your Honor. So I'm asking to withdraw.
All right, your motion to withdraw is granted. Mr. Martin, would you like a different court? Would you like a different court-appointed attorney?
Yeah, I guess so, since he shows his willingness not to want to do his job and help me out, and he's misstating, making false statements. You're talking about there's a lack of communication. It certainly ain't on my part. I was pointing out to him relevant defenses. He just didn't want to do his job. That's clear what he made of me. So,
Mr. Martin, I have found Mr. Gazicki to be a very competent individual, a very competent attorney in many, many cases. I've seen many trials, hearings, motions, practicing in front of this court, and I find him to be very competent. If you make one more negative comment about him, I'll hold you in contempt of court. I don't do that. We don't act like this isn't the Jerry Springer show. This isn't going to be a bunch of name calling. You're going to knock it off. Knock it off, Mr. Martin. I'm done with everything and you keep doing all of your little negative comments, things that you want to say about people. And you think you're the smartest person in the room and that you have some sort of special Juris Doctorate, I guess, from somewhere. I don't know, but you don't have the first clue when it comes to things, and you talk about that. And so Mr. Gazicki is saying that he's trying to talk to you about actual legal defenses, and you're trying to bring up some kind of other stuff. And so I'm going to grant his motion. Do you want, all I asked you was this. I didn't ask you to give me a commentary about Mr. Gazicki or what you think he can do, because I've always seen him to do his job every single time he does a file. What I want to know is, do you want another court-appointed attorney or are you representing yourself? That's it. It's a simple question. Answer simple questions. That's what you needed to start doing, is answering the questions.
Yep, one other attorney, but I don't want to state also that if it was recorded, it would support my allegations.
Time out. Nope, not hearing it. The question is this: do you want another court-appointed attorney? So you're either going to say yes, court-appointed attorney, or represent yourself. What is your answer here today? Because there's only two possible answers here. You either get another attorney, or I'll you can represent yourself if you'd like, or if you want to hire your own attorney, you can do that. So there's three things. Are you going to get one appointed, yourself, or retained? Those are the three possible answer choices. What are you going with?
Yes, another appointed one, but without,
All right, there you go. Don't need any more commentary. Don't need any more commentary about it. You have a right to remain silent. You can exercise that right now. So we're going to appoint another court-appointed attorney to you. And the individual who was here as your attorney during your trial, you seem to get along pretty well with him. You want me to reach out to see if he's available?
I don't know who you're referring to. Oh, he's on the other trial.
Yeah, the other trial, not this case. This is the misdemeanor domestic violence case. I'm talking about your driving on a suspended license case, restricted.
Well, I mean, he did, for the most part, he did, well, I won't say for the most part, maybe for the most part, but there's some things he didn't do either. He didn't raise my right to travel defense, so.
Yes or no, yes or no. Is he somebody that you think you can get, that you can communicate well with?
I guess we'll give him a try, I guess, yeah.
Sure. All right, I'm going to appoint, reach out and see if we can see if he's available. So let's appoint.
But now, Slayton, I have some questions for you before we move forward.
All right, so we're going to set that. We're going to set that for a hearing date, and we'll see you then.
Hold on.
All right. That was awesome, the way the judge shut him down. And round of applause for old Squishy Gardner, ladies and gentlemen. Always. Bench. So, okay, wait a minute. It isn't just Eric Martin being Eric Martin, right? But it's the overall attitude. This is one of those attitudes that crosses the line between the sovereign citizens and the frauditors and the Moors and all of these guys. Is this idea, and I don't know where this idea comes from. I really don't, because I had never heard this until I started covering these guys. So I didn't even know this was a thing. But it turns out a lot of these guys seem to have this idea in their heads that, like, for example, sauce, dag nabbit sandwich sauce. I love being sick. Anyway, these guys, all of them on both sides seem to have this idea that, like, a defense attorney's job is to do whatever you tell him to do to get you off. Period. Even if what you're telling him to do is completely ridiculous and insane. His job is to do what you tell him to do to try and get you off. It doesn't matter if you actually committed the crime. It's like, no. The whole point of having a defense attorney is to be able to mount a legitimate defense. Let's say, for example, like, okay, with this guy, maybe if he actually sat down and talked to his lawyer, maybe the lawyer could say, oh, you know what? In talking to you and digging through this, that, and the other thing, we found that there was your favorite T-shirt was still at your brother's house. And the only reason you went to your brother's house was to get that shirt. Now, yeah, of course, you and I, we know that that's not what really happened. But I'm your defense attorney, So my job is to try and find any reason that I could give in court of why you would have been there other than to violate your probation. Oh, well, you're telling me that there was this shirt. Maybe I could argue that in front of the judge, right? Then that's something you start working together to try and build a defense, right? I don't know. I'm just pulling out a random example, but this guy and all of these guys, that's not what they're doing. They sit down with their lawyer, and their lawyer says, okay, now we have to have a defense. What do you got? And he says, well, you tell the judge he has to let me go because he has no jurisdiction, so he's letting me go because you told him to, and that's your job, or you're fired for not telling him to let me go. Okay, I can't work with this guy. I can't even have a conversation with him. He starts bringing up all this other crap about maritime and oh gosh, God, I could do whatever the crap UCC stuff they're talking about. They're all boneheads. Well, wait a minute. What happened yesterday? The Undertaker showed up last night. Oh man, I wasn't watching. Dang damn it. Him just showing up is enough these days. Oh man. Oh, you were telling me I was muted? Oh no. WWE last night on Netflix. Oh, all right. Yeah. I gotta try that out. Oh, Monday Night Raw's debut on Netflix. Because it was their first episode on Netflix, it was special. So Undertaker was there, Hogan was there. Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, no, yeah, I know. When you see him on the motorcycle, that's who it is. Yep. There's so many commercials. It felt like an original episode of Raw. Oh no. Society Red, what's up? Yay, good to see you. Yeah, so anyway, this whole thing with his lawyer, I can't talk to this guy. Yeah, gee, I wonder why. Everything he says is crap. Crapola sandwiches. Speaking of not being able to talk to somebody, let's watch NCR News Network go off on Liberty Troll. This is awesome. I love this video. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. Yeah. Here we go.
Hi, folks. I just got done editing a video today for you guys, and while waiting for it to process, I came across something rather unique. I found Liberty Troll, Zachy Boy as we all know him, going off on the Halo law. And well, let's take a look at this crazy opinion he has. But before we start today's video, as always, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep this channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NCR Movie Network, and the podcast, the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking. Episode 20 is out right now. With all that being said,
free as you thought you were. Thanks, Ron DeSantis, for making us more, well, into a communist state. We've already been a police state, but man, it's gotten so much worse. So what this is about, it's about this 25-foot rule that Ron DeSantis signed in 2024, which went into effect January 1st, 2025, just a few short days ago. And it's called the Halo Law or the Halo Bubble.
Well, Zach is wrong about quite a few things here. First off, Florida was never considered a communist state. If anything, it was considered the fuck around and find out state for a reason. But if it's such a communist state, how come it has some of the most open and transparent laws when it comes to police reports? Thanks to the Sunshine Law in Florida, you can get a police report that's generated within hours. However, the HALO law that is now in effect secures all first responders, not just police, but EMTs, fire rescue, etc., to prevent frauditors or anyone who that would wish to interfere or cause harm to any of the first responders trying to do their jobs. This doesn't stop frauditors or cop watchers from doing their jobs. It just states they cannot be within 25 feet of them.
For law enforcement or first responders. So basically, what that means is if you, as a law abiding citizen, want to exercise your First Amendment right to record the police for, transparency and accountability purposes, you're not going to be able to do that if the officer is having a bad day. So he doesn't want you to look at him because, he doesn't support the First Amendment. And by the way, not just the First Amendment, but you have Smith v. Cumming, which is case law out of the 11th Circuit, which basically says almost exactly verbatim, you have a right to observe your government in the course of their official duties, period. And anyone who wants to rail against it should be considered an enemy of the state.
Zach. Now, yes, Florida is part of the 11th Circuit, and the Smith v. Cumming ruling does take precedent here. However, the HALO law does not prevent you from filming police. It does not prevent you from being a cop watcher. It just simply states you cannot be within 25 feet of them. Now, you can get a better camera. You can get a better microphone even. And you can even get a parabolic microphone that can pick up long distance conversations. And you can record the police doing their duties. However, this is just stopping you from frauding against them. This is stopping you from interfering with the traffic stops. We have seen this countless times on every Frauditor channel that they will interfere with a traffic stop and say that you cannot arrest them, you cannot cite them because you're only talking to them. You're not physically obstructing them. But when you're taking their attentions away from them doing their jobs, like I've shown recently on a video of Siberian tiger on this channel, that is obstruction.
Of the United States. Ron DeSantis, we already know he's a big fat sellout. He's not a conservative. In my opinion, he's controlled opposition. I think that's been known by a lot of conservatives for a while now. Think of this as sort of like an open letter to Ron DeSantis. He needs to come out and address this. This is all being done in the name of safety and security, of course, communism and fascism, all this kind of stuff that's been going on all throughout history. Is always done in the name of safety and security. We're doing what's in your best self-interest, and don't you dare question us, because questioning the government is so un-American, right?
Okay.
That's sarcasm, by the way. So Ron DeSantis, somebody I used to support. I voted for him in the past. I'll never vote for this guy again. He has signed into effect this communist rule that basically says you cannot observe your government in the course of their official duties. And if you're within 25 feet of a first responder or like say police officer, and they say, hey, stand back. If you don't get back 25 feet, I can arrest you. And that's punishable up to 60 days in jail or a $500 fine. It's going to be abused by law enforcement. They're already abusing their qualified immunity. Now this extra halo bubble that they're going to have, they're going to now tack on what we call another catch-all charge, like resisting arrest without violence. That's a typical catch-all charge. So is disorderly conduct.
Shenanigans.
No.
Shenanigans.
No.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because that is just blatantly shenanigans here. Okay, the HALO law is not going to stop you from filming public officials or first responders in the course of their duties. It is just establishing a 25-foot rule. As long as you don't violate that 25-foot rule, you could still record. The reason why this is being issued and being put into effect is because of frauditors like you. You're the reason why this law had to be created. Take, for example, all the instances of Manuel Mata and Caroline from Fort Worth interfering with traffic stops in Texas. Take, for example, the Siberian tiger. Every time he sees a cop, regardless of where they are, he tries to interfere with them. Look at Creepy David. Look at good guy activism. All of these idiots who want to interfere with law enforcement for clicks and views for YouTube. Florida just said, fuck it. We're not going to tolerate it. And here's a law now enforcing it. It's not a catch-all charge. It's because of you that our freedoms are getting limited.
Those usually go hand in hand. Like if you're being trespassed from a public building as an auditor. So I'm a First Amendment auditor or a First Amendment activist, you could say. And so what I do is I exercise my First Amendment rights in public. And if you can believe it, I've actually been arrested like so many other First Amendment activists, patriots in this country. They get arrested every day for exercising their rights, going into public accessible areas and public buildings such as, DMVs, city halls, jails, and so on, like the public lobbies, areas that are open to the general public that we pay for with our tax dollars. And we're getting arrested and convicted all throughout the United States. But
oh, baby.
Florida has really been cracking down on this, and they're trying to double down on making an example out of people like you and me who actually care about our rights enough to exercise them, to keep them active in our rights. Seems like more and more every day. And people like Ron DeSantis, enemies of the United States, want to punish you for exercising your rights because they simply don't like what you're doing, because you're promoting too much transparency. Of course, they're not going to say that. They'll never come out and say that, at least publicly. But what they're going to say is, oh, officer safety. Cute. Do we really want a bunch of, I don't know how else to say it, a bunch of pussies on the task force? Is that what we want, Ron DeSantis? We want a bunch of pussies out there that are too scared to do what they made a conscious decision to do? I mean, aren't they heroes after all? Which one's more important? Officer safety or citizen safety? I really want to know. I want you to give us that answer on national TV. Or citizen safety?
Well, Zach, if you're so concerned about the safety of civilians and that law enforcement officers who are using this law are a bunch of, as you put it, pussies, why don't you make a change? Why don't you put down your cell phone? Why don't you join the police academy? And why don't you become a cop? It's because you're too scared to do the job that they do. They decided to protect and serve their community. You decided to become a fucking troll. That's what you did. You don't care about transparency. Because if this was about the Halo law violating that issue with Smith v. Cummings, you would just hire a lawyer to fight this in the courts. You wouldn't come and start trying to encourage people to break the law or bitch and moan about it and call the cops pussies. You would make a change, but you're too scared to do it yourself.
I hope your answer is citizen safety, because officer safety, if they're more concerned about their safety than our safety, then they took the wrong job. No one forced them to take that job. So why did they take the job? It's all about their safety, not ours, right? Halo law, honoring and listening to our officers. That's cute. I don't know about you, but I don't want law enforcement that's too scared of their own shadow present when my life's in danger and I need someone else to come to my rescue for whatever reason or scenario that might be. I do not want somebody who can't grow a pair to show up.
That smell. Do you smell that? It smells like a bitch.
Up and be responsible for keeping me safe. But it's not even about that. Police officers are under no obligation to keep you physically safe. What they're supposed to protect, first and foremost, is our constitutional rights. And the fact that we're creating laws now every year that seem to be an affront and a contradiction to our United States Constitution really is sickening. It's absolutely pathetic. It's the same. Our task force look like heroes. I think it makes them.
What a crock of shit. Have you ever heard more bullshit or drivel coming from somebody who's not even the president?
Look like the opposite of a badass. And I really just, I would not want to be a law enforcement officer with this out there. I would not be, if I were in support of this as a law enforcement officer, I would feel like a big fat pussy. I seriously hope that Ron DeSantis watches this video, and I hope he can address this and really explain how in the world officer safety comes before citizen safety. Which one's more important? And, you know, I want to know if he's going to drop this before it really gets starts getting abused, because it doesn't explain anywhere in there like who has to approach who, talking about law enforcement or United States citizen. Like, what if the officer decides to approach the citizen and the citizen didn't move, and now the officer's, oh, you're within 25 feet. I'm going to arrest you because I told you to move back and you didn't. Like, come on, man, that's going to be abused. Doesn't even seem like our government's even hiding anymore. They're not even hiding the fact that they're trying to take away transparency from we the people. I mean, just look at what's happening as of recently, New Jersey and all across the United States with these drones, all this drone activity and orbs, which the government hasn't even acknowledged at this point. They're only.
Are you like a crazy person?
They've only acknowledged the whole drone activity, which is separate from the orbs, seemingly. You know, you have these orbs that people are calling UFOs or plasmoids, and then you have like the drones that are, they look like commercial car size, truck size drones, and the government saying, oh, those are, don't worry about that. We don't know what they are exactly. We have no idea what they are, but hey, it's not a threat though. How do you know that something's not a threat if you don't even know what it is? So our government seems to be becoming less and less transparent. And, you know, you got all the bootlickers that are just like, oh, the government said it, you know, so it has to be this. It can't be that. Or, you know, it seems like Americans need to really go back to its roots and understanding what it means to be an American, questioning your government and holding them accountable. There's nothing more American than that.
I beg to differ. Those who are willing to fight for our freedoms and sacrifice time with their families and their safety, that's more American. But that's the beauty of this country. We have the right to have our own opinions. I'm not saying it's less American to question authority or hold our government accountable. But to say that's the only thing that makes you more American is just silly.
We should be promoting more transparency, because obviously we're not getting enough of it. And now we're getting these laws that are just, you know, absolutely ridiculous. And they're not even hiding the fact anymore that they're trying to erode our rights. So let's stand up to Ron DeSantis. Let's stand up to these bureaucrats in the state of Florida, this police state that I unfortunately live in, and let's hold them accountable. Let's make them answer to we the people.
See, and I really would like to, I mean, I don't think there's any possible way it would happen, but I'd like to actually have a conversation with this guy and address some of the issues he brings up. Like, seriously. Like, because I don't know what he's talking about. And if you actually listen to what he's saying, these people obviously have no idea what we're talking about either. Because what does he say? And all these bootlickers, all they say is, well, the government said it, so it's true. Yeah, that's my whole life. Like, they obviously have no idea what's going on in the world. No clue. Ooh, there's orbs floating around in the sky. Oh, what orbs? The hell are you talking about, orbs? The drone thing, yeah, that was a thing. Yeah, orbs? I don't know. But the point is, it's like, either way, always, and always, I always say this. What does any of their arguments, any of them, have to do with transparency within the government? Okay, wait a minute. We want transparency within the government. We want to know, we want to promote transparency. We want to be able to film so that, you know, we'll be able to see what our tax dollars are paying for these people to do. But that's not what you're filming. What you're filming is the way a cop responds to, hey, screw you, you stupid pig. Don't listen to that pig. Don't listen to that pig. Don't do what he said. Well, back off. I'm trying to talk to this person here. Don't show him your ID. Don't show him your ID. He's a stupid, dumb pig. Screw that pig. Yeah. What are you exposing by doing that for a living? Like, what is the transparency? What are you showing us that we didn't know?
Not being transparent with yourself?
Right, exactly. It's like these idiots are out there intentionally poking the bear. I've said it a million times because it's true. They're intentionally poking the bear. And then when the bear swats at them, they say, see, I exposed that these bears swat at people. No, that's the thing that they don't understand. It's like their selling point. Like their selling point is like you're walking down the street minding your own business and all of a sudden these bears start swatting at you for no reason. Well, that's not what's happening at all. What's happening is they're poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear. And then when the bear swats at them, see, well, that's what you get for poking the bear, you idiot. Their end is saying, see, the bear's swatting back. Our end is saying, yeah, but you poked the bear. You deserve to get swatted at. You asked for it. Oh, what is breakfast? Uh-oh, I forgot to put a B in front of breakfast. All right, hold on. Let me fix that. Because you're right. I'm looking at the title right now, and I missed the B. Oopsie. Oh, no, a human being that does things that aren't 100% perfect? Oh, no, it's not a computer. It's not AI. It's a human? Oh, no. Just like these cops. Like, they want robots. They want Judge Dredd. It's so funny that these guys talk about freedom and liberty, and yet the world that they paint the picture of is a world of absolute tyranny and dystopian nightmares, where these cops can determine guilt, be judge, jury, and executioner right there on the side of the road. Like, it's called holding police accountable, exercising their rights. Accountable for what, though? Like, I don't know where you came in, but what I was talking specifically about this, we just watched a video where they were talking about the 25-foot rule. So it's like there's nothing that says that you can't film them. It just says to film them from 25 feet away. And then this guy, Liberty Troll, was saying, they're saying we can't film. No, they're not. They're saying you have to film from 25 feet away. Well, that means that police are cowards. Why? Because they don't want you to get close enough to stab them in the back? That makes them a coward? Or that makes them smart? I don't know. It's weird. Let's see. How dare you make a mistake? Yeah, I know. I do that sometimes. Yeah, that's what we were. Yeah, I don't know. Like when you came in, but that's what we were talking about. Was this 25-foot law and Liberty Troll calling police cowards because they don't want to get stabbed to death in the side of the road? That makes you a coward. Hey, Liberty Troll, do you want to get stabbed to death on the side of the road? That's your goal in life. I hope you. Great, good for you. I hope you enjoy it. Like, I don't think any cop would want to get stabbed to death. I don't think any normal human would want to get stabbed to death. Oh, you've never seen a newspaper or never watched the news? You never seen a cop, pull somebody over and two guys jump out with shotguns and just, take the cop out because that's what people do. But no, you've never seen that. You've only seen the idiot who screams and swears and hollers at the cops for no reason. Because I'm a freedom fighter. Okay. And then when the cop reacts, see, I proved that he can react. I proved that he's not an automaton. I proved that he's not a non-feeling robot. I proved that he's a human being. We knew that, idiot. You didn't prove anything except for that you know how to get YouTube dollars by posting videos and making ad revenue off them. That's the only thing that you proved and uncovered. And the
You
only,
also prove that you're an idiot.
and you proved that you're an idiot. Yeah. Yep. Frauditors are dumb and stupid and dumb. Anyway, is that pretty? Yeah, that's pretty much the end of that. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, to NCR News Network for that video.
Dad,
Yes.
do you think I could just wear the same thing today?
Well, I mean, you change your shirt at least, yeah. All right, let's see. Oh no, Minnie has this learning too much. He's getting too smart because he hears me every morning. Yeah, I'm doing this. Let's see. Okay, so the final video I wanted to show. Let's see, we got about 20 minutes to the cupcake dance, and this video was it's half an hour, but we could do 20 minutes of it. Yeah. Oh well, you know what? It's a Frauditor troll video, so once I skip the Aura commercial, there'll probably only be about 5 minutes left anyway. So let's go ahead and let's play this video because I wanted to show this. Where auditing Erie County holds those police accountable, and he exposes the truth that a police officer bought a house. Oh! Oh! Oh no, our police aren't homeless? I thought they were all homeless. This guy's exposing the truth that they buy homes and that they live in houses.
Some people too.
Yeah. Mr. Thomas, good morning, Hez and the Rash family. Woke up late. Oh no, long night. All right, let's get anyway into the video. It's all good. Let's go.
That invented the corruption cruiser. This investigation all started when an Erie County family member noticed suspicious activity in his neighborhood, for he lives on the end of a cul-de-sac, and he's lived there for many years. And in the past 7 years, he said he's seen patrol ride by maybe 3 times in 7 years to the end of the cul-de-sac. And all of a sudden, this changed one night. All of a sudden, fam, like clockwork, the Niagara County sheriffs are patrolling to the end of the cul-de-sac.
Oh, hell no. Are you telling me that patrol officers are actually patrolling the streets like they're supposed to do? Now that is corruption right off the bat. I can't believe this is going on. What journalism we're witnessing over here. This guy is so ridiculous. But anyways, he's going to get into details as to why he thinks it's suspicious. But right off the bat, when he said, oh, I'm investigating gang member activities, that's when you lose all credibility. If you're referring to cops as gang members, then it just shows that you're just twisted and you're just trying to be sensational for clout. No respectful journalist would call cops gang members just based on a feeling, because then they would lose their credibility. But then again, when it comes to frauditors, they don't have any credibility to lose.
But you may think, and so did I, at first, I told my family member, that's normal. You got patrol. That's great. What's the problem? But you see, the problem lies when the cops would stop in the middle of the night there. And they always came Thursday night between 12 o'clock midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning. Every Thursday night. After every Thursday night between midnight and 1 o'clock in the morning drive-by, I wasn't that suspicious after 6 weeks of it. But on week 10, I told my friend, if they patrol by your house tonight at 12 to 1, next week, week 11, I'll sit in your driveway, we'll follow them, and we'll find out what's going on with this suspicious activity. And like clockwork, fam, they didn't let us down. Between the hours of 12 and 1 a.m., not only did they come back on week 10, they came by with no headlights on. Extra suspicious. So that's it, fam. The investigation was on. And not only do we find out why this deputy is patrolling this neighborhood extra more and what gang activity he's involved with, we even find out a little bit more than we all were bargaining for about this police officer.
All right, so Daniel had his little plan. He waited in ambush, and when the cop did his job and patrolled the neighborhood, he started following him. So obviously, eventually, he got pulled over.
And 217, that's actually my mistake. That should have been for 209. Are you close enough to back, or do you need me to send the proper car?
Hello. How are you?
Doing? I'm all right.
You have a license for me, please?
I do. What are you being pulled over for?
You're being pulled over because in that neighborhood over there, I pulled over, you sat behind me, then I drove away, then you pulled it.
Is that illegal?
Again. Yeah, man, you're following me around. I'm trying to understand why.
That's not illegal, though.
I'm trying to understand why you're following me around.
I'm filming you.
I understand that I'm filming you as well.
All right.
Why are you
It's not illegal. That's not a reason to pull me over.
As you can see, fam, Matthew Grange has already told us why he pulled us over, for suspiciously following him. Now he's going to go ahead and switch it up to something else. Unlawful detention.
Well, okay, then I'll go with your obstructed view right there, the stickers on your back window. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I'm trying to understand why you're following me through neighborhoods.
I'm not. I was sitting there seeing you. I decided to film you.
Okay, why is that?
Because that's what I do for a living. I
That's
film
what you
police.
do for a living?
Correct.
Does that pay well?
Pays good enough.
Yeah. What's your first name, man?
I'm not answering any questions.
Well, you're operating a motor vehicle on New York State highway. You have to identify yourself.
No, if I'm suspected of a crime and riding a motor vehicle,
you got an obstructed view right there, my friend. That's an obstruction.
You're talking about these dice my grandma made me?
Unfortunately, that's a violation of the vehicle and traffic law. If you're trying to push it that way, that's the reality of it. So just trying to get your identification, seeing as you're now being pulled over by the police for a legal stop, you have to identify yourself. That is the law.
If I'm going to be arrested for not identifying, I'll give you my license, no problem.
You have to identify yourself. That is the law.
So if I don't give you my license, you'll arrest me?
If you choose not to identify yourself, then that's going to make things a lot harder for you.
I'm asking you, if I don't identify myself, am I going to get arrested?
You can.
I can, or I'm going to, because there's a difference.
Well, it depends, right?
It depends on what?
I'm trying to give you every opportunity here.
Every opportunity to what?
To cooperate and give me your
I told
license.
you why I'm following you, because I was filming you, and that's not illegal. It's not illegal
but it is suspicious. It's 1 in the morning, it's midnight, whatever time. It's actually 2 in the morning. No, it's 12 midnight. 12 midnight, man. You can't be following people around like this. I
can follow a police officer around and film him, correct?
Sure, but if a police officer is driving through a neighborhood and you pull up and sit behind them on the side of the road, then they drive into another neighborhood and you come up and you sit behind them again, that is suspicious, and that's an officer safety concern.
Suspicious is
I'm not going to argue with you. You need to identify yourself.
If I'm like I said, if I'm going to get arrested for not identifying myself, I will produce you my license. But if I'm not, I do not wish to waive my Fourth Amendment rights. So I'll make it real simple. I have a license. It's right here. I do not consent to any lawful searches.
You are obligated.
You have the right to take it. Go ahead. It's right there.
You are obligated to identify yourself because you're being pulled over.
I'm not refusing
You can hand me your license.
I'm not refusing
Be an adult, please, and hand me your license.
I think the officer here is being extremely unreasonable. How do you expect Daniel Warmis, the FBI snitch, of being an adult? He's incapable of being an adult. He's going to act like a man-child that was never told no as a kid, and that's what you're stuck with. Frauditors cannot act reasonable. It is beyond them.
If I don't give it to you, I'm going to be arrested?
Hand me your license. You are obligated by law to identify yourself.
And what happens if I don't?
Joe, don't go this route.
Joe?
Yes.
Why are you calling me Joe?
Because your name is Joe.
Is it?
Your Bluetooth connection says Joe. Your name is Joe. And I'm going to guess
That's
it. Correct?
That's Joe calling me.
Hand me your license, please.
It's right here. I'm not refusing to give it to you.
Hand me your license, please.
I do not wish to give my Fourth Amendment rights.
I'm not going to touch your wallet. I'm asking you to hand me your license. You have to identify yourself. You're driving a motor vehicle.
It's as simple as this. I don't wish to waive my Fourth Amendment rights, and I'm not giving you my license.
Not your Fourth Amendment rights. You're operating a vehicle in New York State. You're obligated to hand your license.
If I am suspected of a traffic violation.
You are. Obstructed view right there. Your stickers on the back. Those are all violations of vehicle and traffic law.
Behind my seat.
Those are all. I'm just telling you the facts, man. I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just telling you the facts. Those are the facts.
It's right here. It's right here. Take it if you can. But I'm not giving it up on my own.
Is your license valid?
Of course it is.
Okay. This doesn't have to be as hard as you're making it. This is a very simple procedure here. You're being pulled over. There's a couple of violations of vehicle and traffic law.
In my eyes?
Yes, because you're shining your phone right in my face.
I'm shining a phone in your face?
Correct.
Is it bright?
And I'm doing it for my officer safety so I can see inside your car. I'm not gonna sit here and argue with you. It's not worth my time. It's really not worth your time. Okay? But I am trying to understand why you're sitting behind police cars on the side of the road. It is an officer safety complaint.
I told you.
How would you feel if someone was doing that to you? If someone was sitting behind you on the side of the road looking
if I
at
was
you?
A public servant, it's a constitutionally protected activity to do so.
Okay. That was the point where I wanted to step in, because that right there is a microcosm of their entire philosophy. And it just shows me absolute proof that we're right and that they're wrong. Right? What is it? Well, how would you like it if somebody was creeping on you? How would you like it if somebody was following you? How would you like it if all these terrible things were happening to you? Well, if I was a public servant, I wouldn't care because I'm a public servant. So public servants are inhuman slime that must be treated like dirt because they're slaves to tyrant frauditors. If I was a public servant, it would be okay. Oh, in other words, you wouldn't like it. If it happened to you, you wouldn't like it. Yeah, but I didn't choose to be a public servant. Oh, so if I decide I want a good job that has benefits and a pension and all that stuff, that makes me somebody, because I chose a good job. And what's your job? You obviously don't have a job if you're following this cop around at midnight and you got nothing better to do with your time. So you're just jealous that people are able to get a good job? Because if you choose to get a good job, then that means that you're choosing to be treated like dirt by scumbag frauditors. That's what being a public servant is, a slave to the tyrant frauditors, right? You're choosing to be a slave and to do what I say when I say it because I'm holding a camera. And you're not allowed to have feelings because the frauditor says you can't have feelings. You're not allowed to react to situations because the frauditor decided you're not allowed to react. Like I said, they're poking the bear. But because you chose to be a bear, you're not allowed to swat at me if I poke you. And it's like, they don't get it. It's like there's a group of like 100 of them, and they're all with pointed sticks, and they're stabbing the bear, stabbing him, stabbing him, stabbing him, stabbing him. You better not move. You better not react. You better not move. You better not react. Stabbing, 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 stabbing. And they're supposed to just sit there and let you do it and be happy that you're doing it to keep them accountable. Accountable for what? That you can stab them without them reacting? What are you? What's the accountability? What are you showing? What are you teaching us about these cops? That they don't like being treated like dirt by idiots? Nobody likes being treated like dirt by an idiot. Ah! What is this? That's not it. What is that? Where'd my video go? That wasn't my video. Oh, it's because my computer is a piece of poo-poo, caca, garbage, nonsense, crap, hola.
Okay. All right. Hang tight for a second, please.
You know, fam, I never even knew there was a second officer. She was even in my passenger window leering through there with the flashlight and in my back window while the other officer was blinding my camera for officer safety, of course.
This is Daniel Warmus. All right, Daniel, I'm just going to explain this to you very quickly, okay? Over in Stone Ridge, obviously we're checking neighborhoods, trying to make sure everyone's safe, everyone's home is safe, nothing bad's going on. When you come up behind me like that and I pull over and then you sit behind me.
Listen, I don't mind contact.
No, you're good, man.
But if you want to act like a jerk and start telling about stickers.
I'm just telling you, matter of fact, that's against the law. Matter of fact, anything hanging from your mirror like that obstructs your view, that's against the law. I'm not mad about it. I'm not writing you a ticket about it.
Look at these things.
I get it.
My dead grandma made these. They're sentimental. That's why they're there.
And I'm all for it, but I'm telling you that's why you're being pulled over. It's a violation against the law, okay? I'm not mad at you.
That's not the reason you pulled me over, though.
I'm going to tell you the whole. This is what I was trying to tell you before you interrupted me. So let me finish so I can explain it to you, okay? It's very simple. All right. So when I'm checking the neighborhoods, you pull up behind me and you sit behind me at midnight, right? And then I leave. Then I go Shawnee Road. I again pull over. You again sit behind me. Okay. Do my U-turn. I see you. Your car. I see your issues with your car, your violations. It is what it is. Then you pull into another neighborhood. My concern is this. People pay a lot of money to live in this nice area of Wheatfield, want to make sure their houses are safe, everything is good. So if you're going through neighborhoods...
I wanted to say this. First of all, what Mini has?
Do you know what these coins are for in the game?
I don't know. I've never actually played the Pokemon card game, so I really don't know. Do you guys know? Wait, you're going to tell me what?
If your type is good against your opponent's type, then if the card lands on heads, you get an extra boost in your attack.
Oh, so you flip a coin during your attack. Okay.
But you're supposed to have...
I'm on the air right now. Yeah. Go ahead.
But you also have multiple attacks. So if you get 3 bad, you're supposed to get... You can get other ones right, but there'll be less because you got 3 things. The max is 2 heads. 3.
Okay. Well, anyway, I'm on live right now, so tell me the rest while I'm playing the video, so we can talk without the people having to listen to you tell me about that. But that's really cool. That's awesome. See, let me show you guys the coin he's talking about. This is actually really cool. Do you know this guy's name?
LeChonk.
LeChomp?
LeChonk.
Oh, LeChonk. He's chonky. Yeah, look at him. And then the other side is the Pokemon logo. I guess that's the tail side. I don't know if you could really tell. There you go, Pokemon. Yeah, it's a Pokemon coin. It's pretty cool. He's got a lot of cards. What's your best card you got there? I could show it to the people. Let them see your Pokemon card. There you go. This is his favorite one. Ooh, look at this. Oh, actually, I think that is pretty cool. Look at that.
Please be careful with it.
Anyway, Angry Bird, no, it's Pokemon. Mini has splaining. But so my daughter has a gazillion Pokemon cards. Yeah. He was in a suspicious vehicle. See, this is the thing. It's so weird. Like in this situation, it's like, well, I was following you. See, one of the things that I don't understand is I would really love to. Well, no, I wouldn't, because I've seen it and it was not good. It was disgusting, actually. Like, why do these things happen? Why do these police act this way? Okay, well, there are all these situations where all of these... Okay, let me put it this way. Police have a target on their back. Just because of the fact that they're a cop, they're a target. And if you think that isn't true, he's following a cop to film him because he's a cop. These guys want to be cop watchers, even though they go into post offices and scream and holler at old ladies and this and that. They're supposedly fighting for the... See, that's the other problem. And I've said this before 100 times. I talk to these guys. I interview these guys. And no matter what I ask them, their answer is, but what about cops? And I'll ask them, well, why is it okay for you to go after random people at the DMV? Because cops are bad. Why is it okay for you to go after an old lady and call her names? And because cops are bad. Like, none of the things that these guys do have anything to do with police. But, like, in a situation like this, it's like, what about police officers having a target on their back? Well, officer safety. Well, I don't understand officer safety. It's like nobody's ever killed a cop. Like, you've never seen the news. You've never read it. You have no idea. But what I was going to say is that, well, somebody should show some of these people some of the footage of the cops getting attacked. But then I remembered, no, I've seen that. And they thought it was hilarious. They laughed. I made a video about it. They see a cop getting beat up, they're like, woohoo, look at him getting it. Yeah, woohoo. So it's not like these guys think that, oh, the police are just being scared. No, they want the cops to get killed. They want the cops to get beat up. They want the cops to get shot. They think it's funny. Why? Well, because if you're someone who would arrest me when I break the law, I should be allowed to break the law. So screw you for arresting me. You're evil for arresting me for breaking the law. Don't break the law, butthole. You ever think of that? Calm down by zapping yourself. Oh, no. I'm not going to get zapped. Has Uncle Artie gave me money to zap myself. What do you think? That would calm me down?
Maybe you should get
What? I would, wait.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Thanks, Mini Hez. Yeah, I'm gonna zappify you, Hez. How do you like that?
Anyway, I got taserified. Taselated. Taser. What time is it? Oh, it's time for the cup, cake, happy dance. Let's go. Yep. All right. Okay. Olay! Look. There she is. She's here. Ha! That's what you get, Uncle Artie. No zapping. See, she's mad that I missed her dance because I was zappalating. Oh, it's yell at Uncle Artie, not me. There she is. Olay! Yeah, she got it. All right. Thank you guys again. Exactly. Thank you guys again for joining me this morning. You're the best fans in the world. Thank you so much for being here. I love you guys. I'll see you guys in the morning. I got to take Mini Hez to school. I got to go to work and suffer through another day of cold. What is it, 20 degrees outside? Snow. Yippee. Can't wait. All right. Thank you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you tomorrow. Oh, yeah. I'm all shook up.